welcome everyone back to the channel. And if you guys do not mind, I'm gonna start doing some TV shows and movie reviews and potential movies ideas. As you've seen with the Jared Leto's Joker one, I did that's a few weeks, a couple days ago. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna review the entire DCEU film by film. What I thought about them. As it's finally dead, it's finally gone. It's finally gone. No more DCEU. The next universe that's starting up with James Gunn leading the way is the DCU. So from there, I think the Superman Legacy will be their first film. We'll once that started happening, I think 2024, 2025, I might be. I think I still be around. I don't know. Depends on how y'all feeling. But we'll start reviewing every single one of those whenever that comes out. I might actually watch them, sit down and watch them. But let's start off with the DCEU, no more DCEU. Of course, if you guys want me to go ahead and go over the Marvel movies, I would definitely do that. But you gotta hit some likes on this video, get the views up, whatever you need to do. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And let's get started. So today we're talking about the Man of Steel, Superman's movie that came out 2013. It was a good movie. I think it was a solid movie. I definitely enjoyed it. We got the backstory of Superman and it's basically, quite honestly, it's the best Superman movie we've gotten in a very long time. And it's always great to have a Superman movie coming out because it's hardly any traction when it comes to Superman, mainly because I think a lot of people feels like he's overpowered or he's overrated or whatever the case might be with Superman in general. So it was always interesting to see exactly how they can do a Superman film. So I love the fact that we saw the backstory. We got him to Earth or whatever, and he's picked up his job as reporter for the Daily Planet. I think it's the Daily Planet. Is it the Daily Planet? I don't remember what job it was. And then at the same time, he comes face to face with General Zod. Pretty much the same type of alien DNA from his planet that's still alive, and moving forward, I was like, oh, okay, this is different. And for me personally, I liked it more when throughout this movie that not throughout the movie, but at the end, close of the movie, when General Zod told Superman that if Superman lets him continue living, he's going to kill these people that was sitting there in front of him. And I liked the direction that they had Superman kill because there was no end game to it, right? There was no end game to it. Zod was going to keep doing it, and Superman knew he couldn't just allow him to keep going. And because he kept, I think I like it because I think the way I like it is because he knows deep down that one of his kind is so strong and so powerful that he knows Zod's going to continue to do whatever he wants to, right? And when he continues to do whatever he wants to, it's making it pretty much saying, hey, these people are in your hands, and if you let me go, these people will be killed under your watch. So you won't be looking as though you're the hero of this world. You look as like the villain of this world. You'll look bad because you'll allow one of your own kind to continue to kill people. And I think when the movie came out, I think people was 50-50 on it. I mean, especially at the ending of it, I think people was 50-50 because I don't think they like it that much because of that ending part. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a smart way to go with it. And I was like, I'm cool with this. I like it. I like it. What I'm upset about is we never got a number two, a Man of Steel number two, or anything like that. I mean, we went from this, and then they just did whatever they wanted to. They did other things outside of control of this. And I think if I'm taking a look at some of the canceled sequels and stuff, it seemed like Zack Snyder was supposed to be contemplated the invasion of Brainiac, the Kryptonians, as possible antagonisms for the sequel, but that was scrapped in April 2013 for what they would do with the next film, which is Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. And I was like, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that we got a Superman, right? We got a Superman, and we got a nice actor to do it, Henry Cavill, and I think he did a fantastic job in the role. I thought the movie was good. I thought I thought they was gonna just build, right? I thought they was gonna build, and we never got to get to the build part. We never got to that part. We got from the Superman and what he was able to do in Man of Steel, and then we went from there, and then they went to a whole different route. I was like, I wish that at that time period that they would have built up their universe, because they know, everybody knows at that time period Marvel was the head honcho, right? We all know Marvel was the head honcho. The DCEU didn't start up until 2013, and Marvel has been running since Iron Man 1. Technically, the Incredible Hulk, but Iron Man number 1. And I think they got impatient. I think we could have fleshed out the universe a little bit more. I think they could have went into Super Man of Steel number 2 and introduced Supergirl and introduced pretty much just introduced Supergirl into the universe and allow them to exist, right? Allow them both to exist, because all this supposed to be building up to Justice League, right? And then in my personal opinion, I think they needed to flesh out the not only just the characters, but I feel like they should have just added more members to the Justice League, and showcase that if the Justice League was going off doing whatever else, that the planet is still being saved, the cities are still being saved by these other side heroes and street level heroes. I think that's something that both universes need to do. I think they somewhat did it, but I'll talk about them in those reviews or so. But Man of Steel, that's a thumbs up for me, in my personal opinion. If you haven't watched Man of Steel, I think you should. I think it's a really good movie, in my personal opinion. But that's it. That's the end of this review. You let me know down in the comment section what you thought of Man of Steel, and if they would have came out with a Man of Steel 2. If let's take it back. If you was able to work, if during that time period, so think back to 2013 or so, no matter how old or young or wherever you at, and you saw this movie, and then you got more knowledge of Superman and his villains and stuff. If DC came to you and allowed you personally to create Man of Steel number 2, you create the storyline and stuff, and they just develop the movie, whatever. You're the director, you the cast, whatever. If you was able to make Man of Steel 2, how would you do it, and what route would you run with when it comes to Superman number 2? Because if I take a look at Superman's villains, quite honestly, I'm gonna take a look at Superman's villains. So we got done with General Zod. I think that was a major one. I think that was a big time major one. I think from General Zod, I think, quite honestly, I'm fine with Brainiac coming in next, but I feel like they go from powerhouse to powerhouse. I think introducing Lex Luthor in there, like in between these films and stuff, like introducing him, knowing that he exists and he's there, I think that would have been a way to go, while also starting up the Brainiac, and I think it's Meto. I don't really say his name, the Metallo, Meto, whatever his name is. I think adding that guy to the film too. I think because that's what they was running towards. But another problem I didn't want them to have is continue to add in Kryptonian aliens, warriors from his planet that shouldn't be around still. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know Supergirl was on her way, right? We know Supergirl was on her way. I'm fine with them introducing Supergirl. But if you continue to, the thing is, if they continue to add in, like, oh yeah, well, you can't forget about this Kryptonian and this Kryptonian and this Kryptonian. It's like, okay, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing now? Because you're starting to add in a lot more characters from his world that's supposed to be quote unquote dead, probably, right? I think a lot of people assume they're dead. You blow up a planet, you think they're dead. My personal opinion, though. But hey, like I said, hit that like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comment section what you think of the movie, and if you had the ability to write number 2, where would you go? How would you do it? And I'll catch you guys on the next movie review, of course, with everything else that comes on the channel.